Hello everybody and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I am your host, Exopangel98, and last time we did a little bit of playing around while dealing with some various side quests that we could take care of. This time we're getting knees deep into the Shadow Temple. Because I'd like to get it done as quickly as possible so I don't have to deal with it. Starting things off though, I'm going to use Truth to kind of go through these side rooms a little bit. Get out of here. The reason we're kind of going through these side rooms is so that we can snag some of these other chests that are in here. The side rooms are much easier to find. But that gives us the dungeon map. And we've got a big one. But it's fairly linear. Nope. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. We don't really have anything else. Let me actually just double check the room that we fought Dead Hand in. Make sure that there's nothing else in here. No. Awesome. But you can see how much easier it is to understand the Shadow Temple when you actually have access to the Lens of Truth. But using our trusty dusty hover boots, we'll slap them on. Snagger bombs. Big Beamos. That's a fake wall. You can use bombs on that wall, though. We are kind of just using the lens to gain information. And then leverage that information. But without further delay, I can definitely say, like, I don't really have much to say in regards to this portion of the game. I try and get in and out of the Shadow Temple, the bottom of the well, all of these areas as quickly as possible. I'm not a fan of the Shadow Temple. I'm not a fan of the guillotine, the spikes, the blood. So, like, the sooner I can not be here, the better. As such, though, let's slap on Din's Fire. And take care of the two enemies in here quickly. The one thing I do like about the Shadow Temple, and I'll give it credit where credit be due, the one thing I like about the Shadow Temple, I like the items from here. I like the items from here conceptually. I love the hover boots as a conceptual item. I adore the idea of the Lens of Truth. So it's all, like, really cool stuff for me. But if you asked me, like, oh, hey, do you like all these guillotines and traps and watch for the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling and all this creepy stuff? No. I find all of this really annoying. While we're fighting him, we should probably take off these boots. Oh, he fell off the ledge. We'll hop over here. And yeah, I just don't particularly find enjoyment in the idea of just constant death, as it were. Oh, that's what's hidden in here. It's the... Killing all the enemies in here unlocks this door, which is awesome. Because then we have this gold scroll. But wait, Angel! The compass says that there's 2 chests in here. One of them's hidden. Got some arrows. That'll be useful. And a blue ruby. Not so useful. And then also on top of it all, once you know the trick to some of these things, like how each of these rooms work, so to speak, you can run through the Shadow Temple really fast. Crap. Nope. I say run through the Shadow Temple really fast, and then I start falling to my death. It's great! Awesome, Angel. When you're not on camera, you do some of the craziest stuff. When you are on camera, you fail miserably. We're gonna head off this way. We'll take out our bombs. I'm collecting all of those silver rubies. Get this over here. There's the secret we're looking for. Pulling this block out. And we can actually kind of be a little bit careful with it, because we're gonna pull it back. And let's get those boots off again and not sliding around everywhere. Another gold scroll in here, which is awesome, to say the very least. We'll take this chest. And snag some arrows. I thought there was something else, but sure. Keep pulling this block over here. And that little bit of extra verticality lets us climb up it. And step on this so that we can then come over here, snag this chest. And why am I still seeing... oh. It's over there. Another small key for our purposes. But yeah, the Shadow Temple is incredibly linear compared to the Water Temple. Like, the Shadow Temple, like, pales in comparison to... it pales into comparison in terms of complexity of how bad the Water Temple was. Don't get me wrong, the Shadow Temple has its own major issues. And we'll get to them. Oh boy, will we get to them. Come on. One of them being the fact that they just stock Reedheads and Gibdos literally in so many of the rooms. Which is infuriating. Like it is. I'm not gonna say that it's not. It completely is. And then kind of just haphazardly handing out these chests is also kind of infuriating. Okay. I want to say it's... there it is. And also, kind of making puzzles like this, where it's just collect 5 rubies, or collect 5 silver rubies. It feels lazy. It feels cheap, for starters. But then, to top it off, even when it wants to be not cheap, it comes off being really weird. Suffice to say, like, what's the point of this room apart from the fact that I'm just throwing a bomb into this skull for a key? You could have just had a chest in here. but you unnecessarily have this skull pot for theming purposes to pad out the time. Like, it's... I feel like they could have done better and cooler things with the Shadow Temple than they did. And they didn't. I don't have time for you. I do have time for you. Wait until the wind blows fast, and then run with the wind. And... let's throw down some fire. And let's throw down some more fire. That gives us that chest, but we probably know that that's not the real chest. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the magic. I'll take the Deco Nuts. I will also say that it's unnecessarily taxing on your resources for very little reason. Like, what was the point of having a bombable surface there? You could have just hidden it with the Lens of Truth, your entire main gimmick for the dungeon. It's like, why... Why are you being extra? For the sake of being extra. And honestly, now that I think about it, I kind of just missed something. Here I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to a hidden path. Yeah, that's kind of just telling you about this. I wasn't expecting that, but sure, that's okay. I do need to backtrack a little bit though, because I seemingly missed something. In my haste of grabbing the key from the jar room, I forgot to grab the scatula that was in there too. If you're wondering where we are, we're back up by where we first entered the Shadow Temple. It will not take us that long to get back to where we were. I mean, it will if I just continue to run into every enemy. I'll take all those hearts. Only to immediately lose one. Running back over here, though. Wow. I must have been so out of it that I actually did grab that scatula. I genuinely thought I forgot about that one, but okay. That is trippy, and I don't like it. Okay, we'll get this door open. And then... Navi is heading over there. I know what's over there, so why don't we pull out an Ocarina and... play our Scarecrow song. That'll summon Pierre. And because we have the long shot, we can long shot over to him. Okay. Now for this. We're gonna take the hover boots off, and we're going to slap on Deku Nuts. And anytime you see the Triforce, you know the drill. Your only objective right now is to just kind of survive on this ship. The other one must have fallen off. That's perfectly okay. However... Angel, this ship is sinking. Abandoned ship. Get to a safe platform. Yeah. They don't give you a whole lot of time for that one. Slapping the lens of truth back on, we can see that platform over there, but we also have this door over here. Yes. There's a chest back there that I missed. I think I will be fine. In this room, you will want to have the lens of truth on because there are floor masters on the ground. And they are dangerous as hell, coupled with the fact that oh, this thing's the thing that creeps me the hell out. It's an invisible floor master. That then splits into 3 more invisible, smaller floor masters. Can I just say, what were they thinking? Nothing else in this room. Perfect. That's okay. Okay. Some more arrows. Some hearts. I'll happily take the hearts. Yeah, you're not grabbing me. That is not happening. Not today or any day, anytime soon. We have this room. Which, that would be the last gold scatula. Start checking these bombs in those pots. Because once you've checked bombs in all of them, you just get a little bit of rubies. Which is fine. To say the very least. Heading back out into this room, though. We enter this room with these two spike traps that are made of wood. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Yeah, you can just burn away the spike traps. Blue ruby for your troubles. But more importantly, the thing we actually need. That chest was probably nothing important, and I'm probably worrying about it for nothing. More importantly, though, we get to use a new toy. Fire arrows consume magic and can ignite bombs. Honestly, actually, pulling out the Ocarina now. And playing the Song of Time and the Scarecrow song can net you a few hearts. And I promise you, I really do, I recommend taking them. And one of the creepier rooms, it's just a black abyss in all directions, except for the boss door on the other side of the room. Slap on your hover boots and head inside. As soon as you walk in, you're treated with this treat. Phantom Shadow Beast, Bongo Bongo, is our boss of the Shadow Temple. I recommend grabbing out your arrows. I recommend having the Lens of Truth and potentially even the hookshot equipped. Before you even walk in here, I also recommend having a bottle of green potion because you are going to be needing that Lens of Truth desperately. Come on, let go. Bongo Bongo hits like a truck. Once he starts charging at you, hit him in the eye with an arrow, and then immediately go back to shooting his hands. Bongo Bongo, boss of the Shadow Temple, revived from the well. Look at it with the Eye of Truth. And he takes some hits. It is not hyperbole for me to say that I have ran out of both magic and actually I've ran out of arrows during this fight. Be careful with both. But if you are, You can see a victory. You got a heart container. Your maximum life energy is increased by 1 heart. Your life energy will be totally filled. We are 4 hearts away from max health. Not bad, all things considered. Chamber of Sages. The boy with the noble Zelda Ocarina. With the noble Zelda's Ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker. And I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants, however. On that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Soon you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the 6 wise ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. You've received the Shadow Medallion. Impa awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Please look out for the princess. Alrighty then. 5 down, 1 to go. Next time in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we track down the last sage and subsequently go after the last temple. In any case, I've been your host, XFAngel98. If you enjoyed the show and you enjoyed watching, feel free to like, follow, subscribe. But as always, have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. Cheers!